Where are we going today, Sam?
We are going to climb Croagh Patrick!
Hello and welcome to a trip to County Mayo in the west of Ireland. We plan to climb the legendary mountain Croagh Patrick. The night before the climb, Sandy and I stayed in Breaffy House Hotel just outside Castlebar. It's a 19th century country estate set in a woodland parkland with a mix of old manor charm and modern comfort. The hotel was very clean and there was a calm atmosphere throughout. Our room was very clean and quiet, perfect place to gather yourself before a challenge. The Breaffy estate is split into two main hotels. One is a 4-star Victorian style in which we stayed, and the other is a 3-star more modern build. Sandy loved the unique placement of the bath, and there is also a spa and leisure centre. After getting settled in, we went for some food downstairs. The food was pretty good and the staff were very accommodating. After dinner, we set out for a stroll around the grounds and into the woods surrounding the estate. The estate is on 101 acres of ground, featuring forest trails, loop walks, and woodland areas for guests to explore. The resort is also a well-regarded venue for weddings and other special events. It was lovely to see a very busy beehive village, as we keep bees ourselves. Sandy could hear the hum from quite a distance. There is a very comfortable outdoor area just outside the bar and restaurant. We chilled out in the sunny evening light and had a great night's sleep in the comfy bed before the big climb. Started the day with a good breakfast and hit the road to the mountain. The profile of Croagh Patrick is hard to avoid travelling these roads. Croagh Patrick rises 764 metres above sea level, overlooking Clew Bay in County Mayo. Also known as the Reek, it's one of Ireland's most sacred mountains. Each year around 100,000 people climb it, pilgrims, tourists, locals and adventurers alike. The climb itself can be split into 3 parts. The first part passes through green fields and streams, with the rocky incline gradually rising into the second part, which is a very manageable plateau until you reach the foot of the final incline. The angle upwards is a tough climb in my opinion. There's a great sense of achievement when you see the steeple rise up over the rock and shale at the summit. Before you go, check the weather. Make sure you wear a decent pair of boots. Charge up, stock up on snacks, bring a coat. We've seen a lot of people on the trail using walking poles. We've never used them. Let us know in the comments how you feel about them. Before you go on any hike, please let someone know where you will be hiking, just in case. If you're unwell, don't go. The mountain will wait. Save some energy for the hike back. Don't bring pets. Leave no trace. Take plenty of breaks and bring some water. There is a very decent toilet in the car park, and there's also a toilet facility at the top of the summit, but we haven't used that one. We heard it's not in great condition. We haven't had a chance to do any big hikes this year prior to Croagh Patrick. It's just been one of those years. We did a few trips to our local woods where there are a few good inclines to strengthen the legs up. I wouldn't recommend this hike for anyone not used to hills or strenuous inclines. It gets quite intense towards the end. Just past the statue of St. Patrick himself, I begin to take account of the views. The first section passes through green fields and streams, with sheep chilling in the daily routine, doing exactly what they please, chewing the good green grass as we face the flight of stony stairs of the Reek. As we begin, the rhythm of the mountain takes over quickly, opening the lungs. Breathe, step, silence, repeat. For Sandy, this hike was something special. She's been recovering from long COVID, and every step back into the outdoors has been part of her journey to rebuild strength. She has been pushing forward for 3 years now, through a chronic illness that affected her respiratory system, still taking inhalers and medication to support proper airflow. Our girl pushes on. Halfway to the plateau, it becomes apparent that there is a stairway of stone vibe, very sharp and high steps in places. This is where I think that hiking boots are a must. Over the ankle protection prevails. It's very poetic that this stairway began life just before the pandemic. To protect the mountain from erosion and to make the path safer, work began in December 2020 on laying stone steps and stabilising the trail using material from Croagh Patrick itself. Back in October 2018, a trail section of some 40 metres was constructed on the summit cone to test the method. Over the years, the project paused and resumed, especially during COVID, and in April 2024 the new sections of stone pitched path were officially opened under a major restoration initiative. We reached the plateau, which comes as a welcome break between the first incline and the main event. The halfway point is marked by a stone cairn. We couldn't help getting distracted at this point. We were reminded of one of our favourites. If you know, you know.
The beacons are lit! Condor calls for aid!
Frodo! To my door!
My cousin Balin will bring us our oil. Go to the mine!
As we started the last phase of this climb, our energy focused inwards. After about 10 minutes, I felt like giving up. Watching Sandy climb ahead was great inspiration. Seeing her strength pushed me on. The occasional silent nod from older climbers passing in the opposite direction helped me push on too. They had conquered the climb and were heading home wearing their own crown of achievements. I paused regularly for breath and enjoyed the views. The last slope was the hardest, loose shale, steep incline, and every step the stone underfoot threatening to slide and take your foot in any direction. Hope gathered as the chapel roof emerged from the shale. Reaching the top, we found St. Patrick's Oratory. Chapels have been built on the summit for centuries. The small white church has stood here since 1905. Mass is celebrated here annually on Reek Sunday, the last Sunday of July. Pilgrims gather and pray in silence. Time to take the obligatory signpost photo and breathe. Standing there surrounded by sky and sea, you feel a mix of endurance and peace. The world rolls out below. I couldn't wait to feel the wind through my toes. Fair play to anyone that can do this climb barefoot. No thank you. Soaking up the islands of Clew Bay, the Nathan Mountains to the north, and the plains of Mayo beyond. It's a view that makes you both small and infinite. Stories cling to the Reek like the mist. Some say St. Patrick rang a bell from the summit, banishing snakes and purifying Ireland forever. Other legends tell of him fighting off demons here, casting them into the sea where their shapes became the islands of Clew Bay, dotted with what legend calls 365 islands, one for each day of the year. There is in fact 120 drumlins formed by glacial activity. Pilgrims still bring stones to leave as cairns as a small act of penance and prayer. The mountain's pre-Christian past lingers too. the place where the sun and the seasons were once celebrated, where offerings were made to the gods of harvest. To climb Croagh Patrick is to walk across the layers of belief and story, each footstep you make now echoing with the others for centuries. So we make our descent, knees and thighs aching, stones still slipping underneath, but also a time for reflection. We climbed one day after my 49th birthday and into what will bring me to my 50th year on this planet. Still soaking the views from a height, the world below feels both tiny and my thoughts become massive. After reaching the top, I felt gratitude to get this far. Sharing this with Sandy, of course. I thought about everything I am grateful for. Lifelong friends, family, great colleagues. Accepting all of my time here. Regrets and mistakes, they are all lessons now. With everything happening in the world, we are still here, and I'm proud to let the silver threads appear. I'm physically trying to carry my body up a slope to the sky, while also carrying the grief of my mother passing away in January. Part of me knows that grief was only new, and the other part of me wanted the sky to take it. But we carry on with gratitude,
Can you carry me the rest of the way?
humour, and a great sense of achievement, planning our next mountain. It's humbling to think of the thousands who make the journey every year, young and old, locals, visitors, hikers and pilgrims from afar, each with their own reasons and stories. Even though there may be many climbing with you and passing you by, on the mountain you can be alone with yourself and your thoughts. After the mountain, we made our way to Castle Court Hotel in Westport, where we stayed the night. Still soaking the bay views in the warm June air, the mountain stayed with us in the rear view. We go to a well-earned rest. The hotel, right in the heart of the town, gave us a soft landing after the mountain. A really nice hotel with friendly staff. We couldn't wait to hit the shower and rest for a bit. We only took a brief trip into town later that night. We were just wrecked. I've been to Westport a few times. It's a lovely town with a mix of tradition and old Ireland charm that Mayo is famous for, where every pub has a song and a story. Our room was warm and clean. The shower was hot, with a few little extras thrown in. The hotel has good food, and the buzz of Westport just outside the door. We bid goodnight to the mountain through the window, but Croagh Patrick isn't just a mountain. For some, it's a pilgrimage, a challenge, and a story. Whatever your beliefs, it connects faith with folklore, hardship with reward. For me, it paired grief with hope, and for Sandy it brought victory and a sense of retrieving her power over illness. Around 100,000 people a year take on this climb, but we all come away with a different story. This was ours, a climb of strength, memory and healing. Thank you for sharing the journey with us. Wishing you the best in conquering your mountain. Feel free to like, subscribe, share and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Hopefully we'll see you somewhere along the road.